First off, happy National Coffee Day. And second of all, when should you kill a Facebook advertisement? It seems like this is the question that is never truly answered. Since the start of 2019, I've spent over $200,000 on Facebook advertisements. This amount of ad spend led me to building rules in somewhat of a framework in place to help me make the decision of when I should kill an ad set. So in this video, I'm gonna share my own personal rules that I use for my own ad accounts and my clients' ad accounts so you can implement them into yours and stop wasting money on ad sets that just aren't going to perform. While there is some various rules that come into play when you're scaling at really high budgets, I'm talking thousands of dollars per day, I found there's really only 3 specific rules that you need to follow at every aspect of scale, whether it's at the launch, the mid part of the scale, or you're just spending a ton of money. These 3 rules apply in all aspects of an ad campaign. So without any further ado, here they are. Number 1, if your click-through rate is less than 2%, shut the ad down. If less than 2% of people are clicking through to your website, your ad is not going to perform well at all. I want you to take this example into consideration. Let's say you've had 10,000 impressions and you only have a 2% click-through rate. That means 200 people would have clicked through to your website. If you have an average conversion rate of 5% and you're selling a product around $39.99, you would have made $399, around right about $400. Now let's say you have a click-through rate of 5%. If you have 10,000 impressions, that would be 500 people clicking through to your website. If you have a conversion rate of 5% and a product price of around $39.99, that's $1,000. Just that 3% increase in click-through rate drove an extra $600 in revenue. This example should show you the importance of click-through rate when it comes to generating a profit with Facebook ads. So how do you improve your click-through rate? There's 2 aspects of the ads you need to focus on. First is you need to improve your call to action. You need to tell people what steps they should take next after viewing your ad. Make it clear that they should click through to your website, but don't just tell them to click through to your website. Tell them where to click. Tell them to click the shop now button. Tell them to click the link in the copy. Tell them what to do and tell them repeatedly. Bring attention to your call to action. Use bright, big, bold letters. Don't leave any guessing game to the viewer about what action they should take next. Along with improving your call to action, you need to focus on demonstrating the problem and solution that your product or service offers. You need to show how your product is going to improve the viewer's life within your ad. Make sure the video is high quality, straight to the point. Make sure there's captions that also explain what benefits the viewer or the customer is going to receive when they click through to your website and buy the product. By improving those 2 aspects of your ad, your click-through rate is going to skyrocket. You'll be able to take a 2% click-through rate up to 5% and drive that profitability. So if your ad's click-through rate is less than 2%, shut it off, fix it. Don't waste money on an ad that isn't performing and that isn't optimized. On to step number 2. Step number 2 is when you're utilizing the purchase objective and your ad spend is greater than 1.5 times your break-even cost per purchase. So the first step of this is finding out what your break-even cost per purchase is. Here's the formula. It's the selling price minus the fixed cost, which is essentially your cost for goods, minus X equals 1. Then it's just a matter of doing some simple algebra. I'll put in some variables here so you can see what an example break-even cost per purchase looks like. So with this example, our break-even cost per purchase is $14. So if you take 14 multiplied by 1.5, that gives us $21. Once an ad set with the purchase objective spends $21 and we don't have a sale, it's time to start to consider to kill that ad set. Obviously, there's some different variables that come into this, such as if you're getting a high amount of add to carts or initiate checkouts, the ad set might actually be a good one and you need to analyze your product page and your offer. Add some scarcity to the checkout, really figure out why people aren't going from that add to cart and initiate checkout to the purchase. But ultimately, if you're not getting any good data like add to carts, initiate checkouts, or a good click-through rate with that audience, and if you spent 1.5 times the break-even cost per purchase, shut it off. When it comes to Facebook ads, you need to know when to make decisions, and I love using this formula. It's tried and tested through my large-scale campaigns, and I would say it works well at least 95% of the time. So save your money, use the formula, and shut those ad sets off. On to step number 3. If your average video watch time is less than 7 seconds, shut the ad set off without any questions asked. If your average watch time is only 7 seconds, it means that your video isn't intriguing enough to keep people sticking around to see the problem, solution, and the benefits that your product or service is going to bring to their life. If they're not sticking around for longer than 7 seconds, they're not going to see the call to action, they're not going to visit your website. It's going to result in that low click-through rate, low engagement, higher CPMs, and it's not going to scale well at all. It's actually going to be very tough to break even if people aren't watching your video. Improving the average watch time is actually one of the easiest things to fix. To greatly increase your average watch time, all you need to focus on is the first 3 to 5 seconds of the video. You need to wow the user so much that they're so intrigued they want to watch the rest of the video. For example, if I was selling a knee brace, I might show somebody jumping from the ground on top of a basketball hoop. Even if it's like an edited video, it's going to make people really intrigued that they're going to want to watch the rest of the video. And even though that first clip isn't directly showing your product, it relates because knee health is the equivalent of jumping, running, essentially physical activity. So if you can intrigue someone by showing someone that jumps very high, they're going to stick around. That first clip is going to resonate with them while they watch the rest of the video and integrate with your product. You're going to see much better engagement, and your average watch time will go from like 7 seconds up to 15 to 20 seconds. The first 3 to 5 seconds of your video are the most important aspect. If people are leaving within 7 seconds, you're not going to have time to pitch them on why they should buy your product or service. So improving the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video is going to drive up average watch time, get more clicks to your website, drive higher engagement, which lowers your ad costs and results in more sales. So whenever I personally see an ad that has less than a 7-second watch time, I shut it off and I rethink the first 3 to 5 seconds of the video. I promise you guys, doing this is going to make a huge difference in your Facebook advertising campaign. Those are my 3 tips. I hope you found them useful. I use these for all of my clients and my personal ad accounts, so I'm happy to share them with you, and I really hope this helps you out. If you're ever questioning whether or not it's time to kill an ad set, don't let your emotions get into play. Let the data do the talking and make data-based educated decisions. If you're new to my channel, I drop a minimum of 2 to 3 videos per week, always super high quality, so make sure to subscribe and notifications on so you don't miss out. Also, if you guys could do me the huge favor of smashing the like button. This is my first Sunday video. I dropped 3 videos this week, which is the first time I've dropped 3 videos. I've been putting in a ton of effort into creating these for you to help you guys out completely free. So just hitting that like button, leaving me a comment, letting me know if you found value in this and what you want to see next helps out my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Dylan out.